Hello and welcome to another episode of Alan Develops. We're going to be pursuing the road. I'm sorry about the termination of things in the last episode. I didn't have the right sheet up, and when I tried to move sheets, it decided to end the recording. Now I know better, and well, I'm not going to make the same mistake again. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, today we're dealing with the rogue, and we'll be filling out the character sheet. It's one of those great form fillable character sheets, which is just real useful. Noble. All right, the rogue is a noble. Initially, rogue level 20, noble. No character name, no player name, no race, alignment, chaotic, neutral, good. Now, I'm not saying. No, it was just neutral. Neutral. He's not all for chaos anymore. All right. So last time we talked about the Paladin was operating essentially as a fighter with some minor Paladin things that they were still able to do, despite their deity not really being able to reach them in Carceri. So we've got the 6 stats. The rogue is best at dexterity. I'm going to pop it off at 21. You may be saying, isn't 20 the limit for the most part? And I'll be saying, yeah. But that's the great thing about running your own homebrew games. You can do whatever you want. The rules are really just a guideline, after all, an agreed upon term of things. All right. What is the rogue's second best stat? Schmatz. Schmatz. Fairly strong. Able constitution. 10 wisdom. Give 14 charisma. These are very good stats, of course. I'll just remove some of these. Now, rogues get an awful lot of skills. They're also going to get some saves with dexterity, of course. Dexterity, intelligence, and I want one more. Maybe not. Maybe those two are just fine. They'll give them a bonus to things, and rogues generally don't need much more than that. All right, skills. Always some good skills. Going to take investigation. I'm not going to take insight. He's got a problem with that. Sleight of hand, stealth, survival. Acrobatics, a must for a rogue. I'm tempted to do athletics, but really deception comes first, as does intimidation and I don't think I'm going to give them persuasion. They're not very persuasive. Can be intimidating. Oh yes, oh my yes. All right, we're not going to worry about that or speed or anything like that. This is the character part of things rather than the mechanical part. Because if we have to sit down and listen as I flip through a book and find the relevant passage and then record it here, that's boring. Personality traits, okay. And as the Paladin went, we are going to be doing something similar with this, where the rogue is the rogue. Now, I could do something fun like vengeance delayed is vengeance denied. But the rogue always get your revenge. Always get your revenge. Eventually. Always get your revenge. Eventually. Can you trust anyone? Everyone has a goal. Everyone has a goal. Everyone has a goal. Use that. Everyone has a goal. Use that. he or she, because the rogue could be female, is entirely manipulative and has worked a long time to get whatever they want, whatever they need from the world. And that it hasn't worked out for them in the end is just a telling problem with, things. Um, I comes first in my alphabet. I comes first in my alphabet. All right. Ideals. Ideals. Now here's where we can have fun. Here's where we can have fun with some of that. Because their ideals are actually kind of funny because they have their homeland that they wandered free. Everything would be better. No, I don't want to. I don't want a combat for leadership. I want to leave that because everything would be better if I was in charge. Ideals. The right people need to be in the right places. The right people need to be in the right places. Whatever they choose to be. It's a political and ideological theory that I've heard a lot of. And it makes for an interesting character because they're willing to do just about anything. Bonds. If you do me a favor, I will owe you, and I always pay up. It's a sort of Lannister pays their debts sort of thing. I will owe you, and I always pay up. The people of my homeland deserve me. Alright, can I... Nope. Favors are always returned. My homeland deserve me. Will not leave them. Flaws. Oh my god, flaws. How many flaws does the rogue have? Lots. Flawed characters are fun. Let's see. They're kind of relentless. They're sneaky and deceptive. Let's see. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. If it works. Whatever it takes, if it works. That's good enough, I think. Good enough. All right. Now they have their daggers. We'll call it blood daggers. They have a big attack bonus, D4 plus bleed. And crossbow. I dislike using X-bow, but there's no way to fit it in there otherwise. D8 pierce. And a sap, because I like giving rogues an additional way to stun people. Alright. Roguish delights for skills. What else do we have? Roguish delights. Synergies. And stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to transport over a lot of that. See, that's just part of it. Okay, let's deal with equipment real quick. No, let's go to other proficiencies in languages. So, Low Elvish, lots of swearing. High Orcish, lots of swearing. Dark Dwarf, swearing. Let's see. Undercommon. Mainly slurs. What else would they know? What else would they know? They've dealt with the infernal compacts. We'll call it legalese. Specifically, and what is it? Celestial. Veiled sarcasm. There we go. Those are the languages that the rogue knows. All right. As far as a skill, I want to give them some sort of a construction skill. Something that befits a young nobleman or woman, and embroidery. Embroidery. It's something that they wouldn't necessarily come up with, but whatever. Now, as far as money goes, I'm just going to put random amounts here. Because coins don't matter in this, which is going to be true. You're going to see how well that is because they've got, when I get to additional items, you'll be like, well, these people have an incredible amount of money elsewhere. They just don't have it with them. The Paladin was going to be fun for that because they were going to have heavy armor and all sorts of magical stuff that just isn't with them because they got cast down. But it's waiting for them back home. The only reason their Holy Avenger came is because it's bound to them. All right, equipment. Blood daggers. Night cloak. That's always C card. I'm going to give them little attached cards that will tell them or spell out some of their cool items. Other stuff that will be in here. Royal boots. They were dressed essentially for their coronation. Royal boots. What would they call that? That's museum studded leather. Yeah, I think they like the Paladin were kind of caught in the middle of something. They were each caught in the middle of something very different, but whatever. What else do we have? Thieves' tools. Thieves' tools. Embroidery kit. Pouches. All right, I've run out of things to give them, but I'll take a look at what they would carry around with them, and we'll get from there. All right, but now it's time to have a little fun. I'm gonna ignore character appearance. I will probably try to seek out some artists and use some of their art for this, like I usually do. Allies and organizations. Let's see. We're gonna have. Let's have some fun with this of like powerful individuals. Karak, the mad barbarian, ruler of the wasteland. All right, that's good. That's good. No, you know what I want first? The free people of Helmhold. No, of Daggerkeep. The free people of Daggerkeep. The common people of Helmhold. Karak, the barbarian of the wasteland. What is it? Who else would they be friends with? Oh, the warlock of Infernus. Let's the very many and varied people of their various contacts, various cutouts, various blackmail individuals. Not a nice person. Not a nice person. Various contacts, cutouts, various. They don't really, do much. Now, additional features and traits. These could be a fun one where you could do something with a flourish, flourish of steel. Gain advantage. Gain advantage on intimidation. Flourish of steel. Intimidation on not gain intimidation, gain advantage against defenseless opponent. All right, but you can do all sorts of other features or traits or things like that, and it's just one of those things. I will add for the monk. This will be great because it'll be all the little martial arts things that they've learned over the years, and just kind of a way to throw that in there. GP worth of rubies in the dwarven vault at Hammerholm. All right. Lots of other treasures. My hidden mansion. My hidden mansion with art worth, with family relics worth GP. That I'd rather sell. Not that I'd sell. Okay. A fine horse. Black as the night. Shadowtell. I'm going to rip off a little J.R. Tolkien there. It's great. What else? What else? I don't know. Various small artworks on loan to museums since I can't keep them safe. Various artworks. And the thing is, they want them around for whatever reason. Okay, so that's the various artwork. Did I not? All right. Boy, I'm forgetting all sorts of things these days. Character backstory. Oh, geez, here we go. The tender age of 3. The rogue was forced from their ancestral home in a stunning coup by rebel forces. By a rebel army. They grew up in a terrible, up on the move, always hearing about the homeland could not return to. Years went by. They learned their trade and focused themselves on their eventual return to claim the crown, scepter, and seal that rightfully belonged to their family. This took longer than anticipated, but the day came and the effort failed. Cast down into Carceri because that was the only place where neither resurrection nor escape was possible. Neither resurrection nor escape was possible. Now they must find a way to leave the prison, the ultimate prison. This ultimate prison. And return to their homeland once more. This time The daggers will be out. All right. What is buying? They learn their trade. Stealing, blackmailing, stealing and thuggery gave way to blackmail and assassination. But all the while, they remained focused on their eventual return. Alright, it will be a little bit of daggers out. They have no spells, and I'm so fine with that. Spellcasting in games can be... It's fun, but you also have to limit it, because I don't want to throw 30 plus possibilities at somebody, and then be like, pick a spell, go do a thing. And, yeah, various blackmailed individuals. Acquaintances high. Now, this is just that's just a bit of filler. I will go through basically a program that will randomly generate character names and backgrounds, and I will pull from that some ideas as to, what sort of background stuff it is. Because these are just one-line fills, and I don't want to put too much effort into it, and I certainly don't want to bore you with the details therein. This will be enough to start, and then I'll fill in the rest. With the actual stats, the actual bits and pieces. But this is a fun bit of essentially outlining of development of a character. For example, I didn't know the Free People of Daggerskeep exist, or the Common People of Helget Province. New names. Carrick the Barbarian, Ruler of the Wasteland. Yislab, Warlock of Infernus. I spelled out some more of their backdrop. Where the rubies are kept in the Dwarven Vault at Hammerhome. These are all little bits and pieces that, if you were to string them together, would create the illusion of a grand moving world, which, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get versalimited. You don't want to actually try to plan it out. That's virtually impossible. I mean, you can do it if you're trying to make a game like, Skyrim or what have you, where there are personages and everyone's got a different story to tell. Fine. I am not a studio of dozens of people working for years on end towards that goal. This is a 6-hour session at GenCon, and once it's done, I may never play it again. I may never run it again. So there we go. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Alan Develops. Hopefully the volume was on, and I didn't screw up in another way, which is a first for me on this series. Well, it's second for me. I did it on the first episode, it was okay. But anyway, doesn't matter. We all learn by doing. So I hope you have a good day and stay safe out there. Thanks.